Hi everyone, my name is Macy Holzhausen. I am from Greenfield, Indiana, which is actually, I don't know how we ended up here because the majority of my family is from Shelbyville, Indiana. But even more ironically, if you go way, way back, my family is actually from Germany, which correlates with my object. My great-grandpa, he came over from Germany and settled in Greensburg, Indiana, which I guess you could see where they get the Shelbyville from, but not so much the Greenfield still. But regardless of that, my great-grandpa made the art object I will be talking about today. This little thing right here, which is a strumstick. My dad told me this. A strumstick, which is a string instrument that is pretty similar to a ukulele. So if someone asks you, oh, what's a strumstick? You could say similar to a ukulele. But today I'm going to talk about what that strumstick really means to me, but even further than that, how it relates to my family and my upbringing from childhood to now. So, as most of you might have done, I don't know, personally myself I did, I went to my parents and I said, do we have anything that ties in with my upbringing, like a cultural artifact? Stressing out. And then my dad actually handed me this drumstick, which I've never seen before in my life. I guess he had it hiding in his closet. So it came from my dad, but it was actually built by my great-grandpa Dale. And I was fortunate enough to know him majority of my life. He just passed away about 2 years ago. And I knew that he was a very hard worker. Very hardworking. He actually cut down the tree for this top portion of this and then put it all together in his wood shop. So you might think, oh, who likes working with wood? Like, so boring. But my great-grandpa came here, settled in Greensburg, and he lived on a farm in a house with no electricity, no water. So there's trees all around. And wood was something he really enjoyed that really made him feel important and made him feel like he had a purpose in life and just gave him something to do with his time when he wasn't spent farming. So the story behind that object is I got it from my dad by asking for it for a speech. My great-grandpa actually made it, passed it down to my grandpa, who also recently passed, but he had a love for music. He had multiple guitars, so that was probably pretty cool to him. Actually, my whole family kind of has a love for music. And then it got passed down to my dad. And then I would say my personal connection actually goes much further now that I know this object exists than just a speech. But actually, when I look at that, when I pick that up and giving this speech and everything, just reminds me of my great-grandpa and how he really instilled hard work in us. And he always wanted us to work hard. He said, work hard for what you want. Do what you're passionate for. That's another thing. He was very passionate with woodworking. So to me, it just represents to work hard. It reminds me of my grandpa. And it just really reminds me that my family is family, not just on Thanksgiving, not just on Christmas, but you should be close with your family all the time. What has the artifact meant in my life? Well, I just saw it today. It means a lot, actually. I didn't know about it. And I think that's why my dad has been hiding it so long, because when I actually finally get it myself, it just truly means a lot to know that there's still pieces of my grandparents living on today, even if they're still not living themselves. And it just reminds me of music, togetherness, and family. And I'm one of 5 siblings, so it'll take a while to get to me when I actually get it, other than for using it for my speech, but I'll pass it down to my children, grandchildren, and tell them the stories of my great-grandpa and of my grandpa and my whole family, probably my dad too, because he might be gone by the time I have great-grandchildren. Actually, he probably will. And just remind them to be together, the importance of family, and the importance of hard work.